Welcome back to another weekly market and financial update. I hope everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And wow, we really have kicked off the week on a high note with the markets. Just today, May 28th, the Nasdaq for the first time ever has hit 17,000, which is a tremendous milestone for the index. Really, all the major indexes, the Dow Jones, S&P 500 are all at near all-time highs or at their all-time highs just today. So it's pretty amazing to see really where the markets have come throughout, midway throughout the year. I think most of us, including myself, really weren't expecting to see the market on such a very strong roll to kick off 2024. But I'm surprised in a good way, right? Inflationary pressures, while they've still existed, have almost become the secondary conversation now to corporate America during their earnings season. So there's only about 20 companies left or so from the S&P 500 that have yet to report their earnings, but the other 480 companies have really met or exceeded expectations. So S&P earnings growth was right around 7%, and it actually would have been even higher, maybe about 10 or 10.5%, if it weren't for Big Pharma. Big Pharma has struggled, to start off the year, but overall, really, especially amongst technology companies, right? We've talked about technology companies really dominating the landscape. They have absolutely blown away their expectations. And again, we're seeing very, very strong earnings growth from corporate America, which is an excellent sign, especially as inflationary pressures continue to ease and companies have done a good job to really control their profit margins as well as controlling their spending and expenditures, right? So all of those factors combined have resulted in a very, very healthy looking stock market. I think now most folks really aren't talking about the recession fears as much. More conversations that we've been hearing about are people being interested in AI. AI has become a huge part of the technology landscape, and I personally feel that that sector is really only in a position to continue to grow, continue to bolster the rest of the economy, because AI is just going to become a more and more integrated part of the rest of our everyday lives. So again, I think the market right now is in a good position, favoring US stocks in particular. We know inflation is really still here, but again, it's sort of becoming the secondary conversation. We'll talk more about it as the Fed has other meetings throughout the year and whether or not they decide to continue rates at the same pace or start to lower them is another conversation to have altogether. So we'll wait to talk about that later this year. But in the meantime, mostly good news from the market, and I'm super excited to see us wrap up a very, very strong earnings season and look forward to kicking off the summertime with more good news. So thanks for watching this week. Again, hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Stay tuned.